Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. Welcome back to the beginning of a new week and a new set of news videos for the week. If this is your first time joining me or clicking on one of my videos, this is a playlist that I have on my channel called Driving and the News. The sole purpose of this playlist and these videos are to record history. And we do that by recording Monday through Friday, about 8 to 10 minutes of the news and what's going on in the New York metropolitan area. I listen to 1010 Wins on my way to work, and I bring my subscribers with me as we partake in a little snippet of the news for that day. We started this on September 7th, 2022. And since then, around 95% of the time, Monday through Friday, I'll upload a news video. So the purpose of this is someone can go back months from now or years from now, go back to one of these random dates and see what was going on in the news on that particular day. It's a little educational, but for the most part, it's to record history so that we don't lose these broadcasts to history, these daily local news snippets. All right, having said that, let's get you started. Hopefully we don't start on a commercial, but I also know that sometimes the commercials can become vintage after years have gone by. All right, here we go. Driving and the News as I bring you with me to work. Get comfortable and let's get me to work.
Fire. Eastbound Southern at Wantagh Parkway takes out the right lane. Westbound Northern is slow into the Wantagh Parkway, and pockets of volume on the westbound side of the LIE as you approach the Zacticos Parkway to your Queens line. Then in Queens, westbound LIE, an accident at Maurice Avenue. And now this message: how often have you heard the car you want is at the lot? You get there and the car isn't there. Stop wasting time. Go to Major World to choose from over 1,000 cars. No games, no tricks, straight up honest pricing. Visit MajorWorld.com or call 1-800-MAJOR-AUTO. I'm Sue Eller. Next report at 8:01, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Why a Lower Manhattan woman is breathing a sigh of relief. We'll have that story on the way. Dean, this has to do with her cats, so it's news we're both glad to hear.
Yeah.
Are we glad to hear the forecast this morning? I don't know.
I don't know. I would think that people who have gotten used to these nice warm-ups that we've been having at times of late would not like this week-long forecast. There's no warm-ups in sight. It's going to actually be below average for the entirety of the week. Temperature today getting up to 62, and the average high here for this afternoon should be about 65, 66. So we're below average today, and the early sunshine we're seeing now could give way to clouds and maybe a shower in some spots, and then down to 45 in the city tonight, 30s in the suburbs, the coldest suburbs, while north and west of the city could have a little frost, and then tomorrow maybe a shower in the afternoon, better likelihood nearer to the city. I think tomorrow as we get to near 60. Wednesday has a couple of showers in the afternoon, and Thursday a couple of showers, both those days near 60 degrees at best, and that's the pattern going into the weekend. Really no change. Shower chances and maybe even some heavier rain this weekend ahead. Right now the skies are mainly clear, 45 degrees. We're heading up to a high of 62. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore, New York's weather station, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Well, some good news to report following the disaster in Lower Manhattan where a building collapse killed the manager of a parking garage. An area resident who now has a gaping hole in her living room from the whole thing finally got her cats out of the apartment. Sandy Imhoff was able to grab her dog, but not her two cats. They ran and hid, as cats do. Gothamist says workers with the buildings department went in several days later. Amazingly, the animals are fine. Meantime, Imhoff and her neighbors still aren't allowed back into that building. The Little League organization in Deptford Township, South Jersey, has come up with a very interesting way to deal with parents and other spectators who get into fights with their volunteering umpires. Now, if you argue with the ump during a game, you'll be required to volunteer as an umpire for 3 games before you're allowed back in as a spectator. Township Little League President Don Pazuffi.
The main purpose is not for them to be able to call a baseball game, for them to see what's going on out here, and it's not that easy.
We should note a certified ump will be on the field to make sure the substitute umpire doesn't go rogue with the rules. The Knicks now have a stranglehold on their playoff series, but the Islanders are on the wrong side of 3-1.
Yes, Susan, the Knicks went up 3-1 on Cleveland with a 102-93 win at the Garden, where Jalen Brunson had a game-high 29 points.
It's not over. Not even close to being over. We gotta continue to just keep focusing on one day at a time. And there's nothing to celebrate. There's nothing to be truly happy about.
Adding that they have to keep the same mindset they've had all series. Make time for Islanders head coach Lane Lambert.
It's the same mindset.
Hey, that's a illegal U-turn there, school bus driver.
After every game, win or lose, get ready for the next game.
Which will be tomorrow night in Raleigh, and that one's a must-win after a 5-2 loss at UBS Arena put them 3-1 down to Carolina. Mark Renee, 1010 Win Sports on 92.3 FM.
Albany hasn't invested in nursing homes, caregivers, or programs for 14 years, even cutting funding during the pandemic, leaving
Okay, it's about to get glary.
understaffed and needing facility upgrades. Time is running out, and our nursing homes can't afford to wait. Tell Albany to protect our seniors and our long-term healthcare systems. In this year's state budget, increase Medicaid rates 20% for a better future for our seniors. Paid for by the Long-Term Care Advocacy Project.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Now Bloomberg Money Watch and Steve Potus.
Now, Susan, one of the biggest fears about the impact of artificial intelligence is that it will replace humans in many different types of jobs. So it might seem counterintuitive to learn that AI may actually be making people more productive at work. According to a new study by researchers at Stanford University and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, customer service workers at a Fortune 500 software firm who were given access to AI tools became 14% more productive on average than those who were not, with the least skilled workers reaping the most benefit. They were able to get their work done 35% faster. As far as Wall Street goes, after a small Friday advance for the big market averages, S&P futures are still down about 3.5 points. NASDAQ giving back 10. We have Dow futures now in the red, 32 points. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Steve Potusk for 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Dear Calvary Hospital, my father Curtis Moore is my hero. Now 96 years old, he has led an exceptional life of self-sacrifice. A Moffett Point Marine, a New York City detective, and a family man who cared for his children and grandchildren his entire life. So when other hospitals could no longer relieve his suffering or our family's emotional pain, we brought in Calvary's miraculous team of home hospice experts. Thanks to Calvary's doctors, nurses, and social workers, Dad was able to resume the quality of life he wanted and deserved, and I was able to become his daughter again, surrounded by the love of his entire family. Thank you, Calvary. Phyllis Robinson.
This is Frank Calamari. With Calvary at Home, experience our unique Calvary care right in your own home. Call us today at 718-518-2465.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine.
Coming up, the headline, the 8 in the morning headline for today, August, listen to me, April 24th, 2023.
Study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response.
A quick thank you for all of you that have been watching the Driving in the News videos. We always have over 100 people who view these videos, so that's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
WINS, WINS-FM and
Here we go. Hopefully we don't get a whiny person on the news today.
Humidity 65%, winds northwest at 12. AccuWeather for today, sun and clouds, a cool gusty breeze, maybe a spotty shower in the inland suburbs late into this evening. More people get their news from 1010 Winds than from any other radio station in the nation. Bridget Bright is our service aide. Justin Schrager's at the editor's desk. I'm Susan Richard.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, New York.
Good morning, 46 degrees at 8 o'clock. It's Monday, April 24th. I'm Lee Harris, and here's what's happening. Teachers are out in front of city schools this week, not striking, but demonstrating as they demand a new contract. A wild carjacking in Bay Ridge last night with shots fired. Staten Island Borough President, the man stepped up security after a man got stabbed in the back on the Staten Island Railway. President Biden expected to announce his re-election bid tomorrow, even though a new poll shows only 26% of Americans want him to run again. Bed Bath & Beyond is beyond saving. It filed for bankruptcy. All stores expected to be closed by the end of June. Sports. The Knicks are up 3-1 in their playoff series with the Cavs. The Islanders are on the brink of elimination in their series with the Hurricanes. The Yankees and the Mets both lost. 10 Wins AccuWeather. Sun and clouds today with a cool gusty breeze and maybe a spotty shower late in the day, especially inland. We'll have a high today of 62. Wins News Time, 8:01. Traffic and transit on the ones now from Sue Eller.
Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Still just loaded up. Staten Island bound Verrazano Bridge upper level. A broken down truck left over from that accident. We've got 2 right lanes blocked right now. And the eastbound side of the Staten Island Expressway is just jammed from Forest Avenue all the way to the Brooklyn bound Verrazano Bridge. You have a slow ride heading into Westchester at the Mario Cuomo Tappan Zee Bridge. Inbound George, we're looking at almost an hour delay to both levels. On the lower level now, there is a stall taking down 2 lanes. Inbound Lincoln is 40. We had a problem on the eastbound side of 495 at Pleasant Avenue, and there was another breakdown. That's cleared. 35 inbound at the Holland Tunnel, and here's what we see along Island's Big 3. A car fire on the southern state slows you down eastbound at Wantagh Avenue. You've got pockets of volume on the northern state parkway into Wantagh Avenue, Wantagh Parkway, and also slow with pockets of volume on the LIE westbound from the Sac to Coast to your Queens line, and then in Queens westbound LIE at Maurice Avenue there's an accident. Eastbound BQE in Brooklyn at Metropolitan Avenue, another crash. Traffic is sponsored by Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones. Breaking traffic alerts when they happen. I'm Sue Eller, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Hey, it's Todd from Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. All month long, celebrate incredible savings during Ram Truck Month and the Jeep Celebration event. Amazing lease offers on all new models and remaining 2022s in stock. At Ramsey, you'll always find exceptional people, exceptional deals.
New York City public school teachers have been working without a contract for about 6 months now. Bargaining continues, but this week the teachers will be turning up the pressure on the Department of Education, as Glenn Schuck reports from the Upper East Side this morning.
The teachers gathering outside these 2 schools here in the Upper East Side, all part of what the UFT is calling a week of action for a fair contract. In fact, UFT President Mike Mulgrew will spend some time here this morning as well. The UFT's contract expired at the end of September. Emily James has been an English teacher in Manhattan and the Bronx for the past 15 years. She says the leaflets they'll be handing out to parents will illustrate what they say are tasks they must do that take away from them being educators.
Data collection and analysis that's never really used for anything in particular, but just a supervisor wants. There's all of these sort of tedious tasks that go into their day-to-day life that take away from their ability to serve.
The union's effort to finally get a deal coming in the weeks after both DC 37 and the PBA did get new contracts with the city. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM, here in the Upper East Side.
There was a carjacking in Bay Ridge last night. 2 men were in a black Toyota Camry on Bay Ridge Avenue when a guy came up, flashed a gun, got in, and told them to drive. The driver stopped the car at Bay Ridge and 10th, and a fight broke out, which spilled into the street. Shots were fired. The carjacker then got behind the wheel and took off. Police are still looking for him this morning. Nobody was hurt. A couple of men.
Speaking of carjacks, anybody remember that scene in a Brady Bunch movie where Greg Brady is getting carjacked, and the carjacker goes to him and says, "This is a carjack," and Greg goes, "I know this is a car, but my name is not Jack," and then he drives away. Anyway, that was a little tidbit of a very lame joke. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me in my commute to work on this Monday morning, listening to 1010 Wins in the New York metropolitan area. These videos, these driving in the news videos, may not be super exciting, Some folks have actually said it's a little bit boring, and it's true, but it's the news. And our mission is to record history, not so much to entertain, but to record history. So thank you for joining me on this mission. For those of you who have started from the very beginning in September 7th and have continued watching these news snippets, I appreciate it. Please share these videos and let other people know that there is a Driving in the News mission out there for someone to record history. All right, guys, we will see you on the next Driving in the News.